Alright, what is going on, guys? It's Nick DePlans, and I'm back with another video. And before we get into this video, I do just want to apologize. I know I said I would get the first gameplay or playthrough of the new Zombies Map Malware Der Toten out this weekend. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to get it out this weekend. I'll have it up tomorrow. I'll finish up editing it tonight after I upload this video. But yeah, so I ended up recording it, and then I sent it to my buddy to edit, and he was only able to get a partial bit of it done. Shout out Logan. And I ended up catching a cold over the weekend. I'm still like getting back up from it, so if I sound a little weird, it's because I'm a little bit congested. But I'm gonna finish that after I edit and upload this video. Shouldn't be too much more effort on that video, and then yeah, it'll be up tomorrow, probably sometime around like 3-4 o'clock tomorrow. That's my plan, at least. But yeah, so without further ado, we're doing a Star Wars movies and TV shows tier list. Now, before we get into anything, I just want to say, what the hell is this? I have never seen this in my entire life. I've never heard of it. I've never heard anyone talk about it. Nothing. So just for that, I'm going to put it F tier. But, alright, so the first one we got here is obviously the first movie, Star Wars A New Hope. I really don't enjoy, not that I don't enjoy, I just don't think it's a crazy good Star Wars movie. Yeah, it's the one that started off everything. It's just kind of whatever, to be honest with you, to me. Like, if I'm going to pick one of the last three to watch, this is the last one. Or, I mean, the original trilogy. If I'm going to pick one of the original trilogy to watch, this is the last one I'm picking. It's just my least favorite. You know, I'm going to get rid of D tier, I think. Because there's only... I don't think a movie's D. I think... I don't know. I'm just going to put that F because I don't know what the fuck it is. So I don't know how the hell it's on the tier list. Anyways... Episode 2, Attack of the Clones. I'm going to have bias towards the prequels because I grew up watching the prequels. I thoroughly enjoy the prequels way, way, way more than like the original trilogy. Not that I don't like the original, but that's just how it is. So episode 2, I'd rather watch episode 2 than A New Hope. I'm going to get shat on for putting that so low. I just think it's so boring. And there's not enough, like, I don't know. I just think it's really boring. Star Wars Rebels. I love Rebels. I'm going to give it A. If it wasn't as kiddie as it is, and it was more on, like, the, like, side of Clone Wars, it would be S tier for me. I love Kanan. I love the character of Kanan. I love Ezra. I like how Ahsoka's in it. You get the great fights with Vader and Maul in it. Between Ahsoka and Kanan and Ezra. I think it's an excellent, excellent show. If you haven't watched it, I definitely recommend watching it. It can be a little bit slow at times because it's a little bit more kiddie, but it's definitely worth watching. Next up, we got Return of the Jedi. I'm going to give Return of the Jedi also A tier. I don't think it's S. I know it's the end of the original trilogy. It's just not... It's one of my favorites, but it's not the best to me. So I'm going to give it A tier. Next up we got Revenge of the Sith. This is the easiest fucking S tier ever. This is the greatest Star Wars movie ever created. Just point blank period. Like, obviously you got the fall of Anakin, you got the fall of the Jedi, the rise of Darth Vader and the Emperor and Palpatine and the Empire. By far the best Star Wars movie, point blank period, no debate. Yeah, so there's that. Next up we got Rogue One. To me it's either B or A. I'm gonna give it B. I think I'm gonna go with B, just because it's not gonna lie, there not being really any lightsaber action kind of kills it for me. But I still think it's better than A New Hope. I would rather watch Rogue One than A New Hope. I just think it's okay. I'm not particularly excited for the Cassian Andor series, just because I thought he was kind of whatever as a character. Like, I don't know. I just thought the movie was okay. I didn't think it was great. I didn't think it was terrible. So I feel like B tier is a good spot for it. Next up, we got Solo. I freaking love Solo, man. I freaking love Solo. I don't know where to put it. Either B or A. I love Solo. I'd rather watch Solo than Rogue One, so I'm going to put Solo in A tier. I think it's a lot better. I don't even know what the actor's name is, the guy that plays Han, the younger version of Han, but I think he did a really good job. You got Donald Glover, obviously. You got Emilia Clarke? Is that what her name is? I think that's her name. Obviously, you got Woody Harrelson in there. You got Chewie. Excuse me. I just think it's a good movie overall. You get Maul at the end. You got Paul Bettany as Dryden Voss. I really, really like this movie a lot more than Rogue One. Now we got the Clone Wars movie. The Clone Wars movie, it's kind of whatever. I don't even remember what happens in it other than the fact that Anakin gets Ahsoka as his Padawan. That's really it. That's all I remember, to be honest with you. Yeah, I don't... It's C. Like, it started off the Clone Wars, which, I'm going to put S tier, because, god damn it, Dave Filoni just really just outdid himself. I can't even... Dude, don't even get me started on how amazing of a series the Clone Wars is. Obviously, everyone knows how great this series is. Obviously, it's in between episodes 2 and 3, and it's the lead up until the events of Revenge of the Sith, and we actually see the events of the end events of Revenge of the Sith, Anakin turning and stuff. You see it from the perspective of Ahsoka and Rex, and Season 7. You got the Siege of Mandalore. You got amazing clone characters like Heavy, Echo, Fives. I'm definitely drawing some blanks. Waxer's another, Waxer and Boyle, I remember, another 2. Obviously, you see Commander Cody at some point. The job that the Clone Wars did, humanizing the clones and making the specific clones such lovable characters, is what I think really put this show over the top, along with the gradual fall to the dark side of Anakin. You see him go more and more towards the dark side throughout the series a little bit. Obviously, one of the best arcs in the show is the Mortis arc, when they find the father, the daughter, and the son. That whole arc where Anakin sees his future as Vader and then tries to prevent it by joining the son. It's just amazing. It's just so goddamn good. If you haven't watched Clone Wars, what the hell is wrong with you? Next up, we got Empire Strikes Back. My personal favorite of the original trilogy. I think it's the best by far. Obviously, you have the great Luke, he didn't even say Luke. He goes, no, I am your father. You get the great reveal that Vader is Luke's father. You got the Cloud City fight. You get introduced to Lando Calrissian. I think it's easily by far the best of the original trilogy. So yeah, that's why it's gonna be S tier for me. Then we get The Force Awakens. The Force Awakens isn't a bad movie. All things considered, The Force Awakens is not a bad movie at all. This is a hard one, because it's gonna be all right. I'm gonna leave it at an A tier, but it's gonna be B or it could be A. I'm just gonna say A because I absolutely love the character of Kylo Ren. This first movie is so good compared to this, going in F tier because fuck no, baby. And then we have, that's The Rise of Skywalker, right? I can't tell. It's so like zoomed out. Obviously, that's The Last Jedi and that's The Force Awakens, so this has to be The Rise of Skywalker. C tier movie. I really like The Force Awakens. I thoroughly enjoyed it. This movie fucked everything up. Fuck you, Rian Johnson. And then this movie was okay. For what we got in this movie was okay. Well, no. For what this movie caused this movie to be, this was okay. This movie fucking blowed. Rian Johnson should literally never be allowed to direct a movie again. Now we got The Mandalorian. Easy, simple S tier. Simple, point blank period, simple S tier. Obviously, oops, sorry. Excuse me. Obviously, we have the amazing cameo at the end of Season 2 of Luke Skywalker showing up to save Grogu. We have Ahsoka in the series. We got Bo-Katan and some other Mandalorians. Boba Fett, obviously. Just such an amazing series, and Season 2 really capitalized on how great of a show Season 2 really capitalized on how big of a fan base Season 1 grew, and Season 2 just did so amazing. Season 2 was phenomenal. And now we got the final movie here, and that's The Phantom Menace. I would rather watch Phantom Menace than Attack of the Clones, just because I thoroughly enjoy Qui-Gon Jinn as a character. He's one of my favorite Star Wars characters. Oh, this is hard. This is very hard. I don't know if I want... I'm going to leave it in B, but it's going to be ahead of Episode 2. I thoroughly enjoy Episode 1. The fight between Maul, Qui-Gon Jinn, and Obi-Wan at the end of the movie is one of my favorite fights in all of Star Wars, because the theme of the you know what? I'm gonna move it. I don't know, maybe because the whole theme of episode 1 is simply the reason the fight is called Duel of the Fates, basically, and the music is Duel of the Fates, is because it's simply the fate of Anakin. Because if Qui-Gon lives, Anakin is raised with that father figure that he never had, and he probably will not turn to the dark side. However, obviously that doesn't happen, and because Obi-Wan raises him as a brother rather than as a father figure, Anakin goes elsewhere to find that father figure, and that's where he finds Palpatine, and that's where everything bad happens. So that's why it's really just the duel of the fate of Anakin Skywalker is what this whole movie is. I'm gonna move it A. I'm gonna get shat on for that probably, but I'm gonna move it A. That's my personal opinion. I would rather. I'm basically going off a lot of this as of what I would rather watch. I would rather watch episode 1 than Attack of the Clones. That's just me. I'd rather watch episode 1 over Attack of the Clones. But yeah, so I think this is a solid tier list. I don't think there's anything egregious here. I don't think there's anything terrible. You could definitely make an argument for some of my A tiers, or specifically these two. I think these 3 are valid enough to be in A tier. S tier, I don't think anything else deserves to be an S tier at all. I really don't. Like I said, if Rebels had Clone Wars animation style and wasn't so kiddie compared to Clone Wars, I think Rebels would be S tier as well. So yeah, I think this is a good list all around. I think this is a solid list all around. And I could see at my OBS recording that this video is significantly shorter than my other 2 tier lists I've uploaded the past couple days. So yeah, there's that. I think my other 2 tier lists are like around 20 minutes long. This one's only going to be around like 12-13 minutes. So I'm just going to get right into the outro. Let me know down in the comments below what you guys think, what you guys would have done differently in this tier list. I know everybody's got different opinions, so don't be offended but if your favorite movie isn't an S or A tier or something like that. We are at 125 subscribers, and our goal is to hit 150. So if you guys are new, please make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on post notifications so you never miss a video. Any support is greatly appreciated. Excuse me. Any support is greatly appreciated, and yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.